Batrider. Moo just trying to make his escape. He has Blink in one. He actually is going to be able to jump away from there for the moment. Chuan, meanwhile, is caught out, and it looks like they're going to be able to have enough damage to bring him down. A TP away? Oh my god, are you kidding me?
And the Naga Illusions are here. Hao is here. Rabbit's going to be very low. Super, he needs to TP out right now. He doesn't have TP. And recall is going to be enough. One more right click, but the song protects him from the right click. So they get the out, and that's huge. Because he didn't have TP at all. He now has BOT, and he's right back in the bottom lane farming. So, I mean, as bad as that looked, because it was a 2-for-1 exchange and they lost the Slark, I think that wasn't so bad after all. The only
it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have been. CDEC, the only problem they have right now is they don't have a Slark. Yao doesn't have a Shadow Blade. He has no place in this game whatsoever. He can't gank. He can't harass the supports. In fact, a Naga Illusion is giving him fits right now. So I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to go Midas, which might be the ultimate right item. I mean, he honestly will, even if he gets a Shadow Blade now, perhaps he's a little bit too far behind to do anything for the team.
Super is going to get ran down here, possibly, as they do already have that A Blast. Actually going to wear off now, so they can't find the kill while the Batrider takes down the Coddle in the mid lane. It just feels to me right here like they've got a good amount of answers for follow-up. That one last team fight there too, if Naga would have moved a little bit to the right, she would have canceled the TP of the Tidehunter, but unfortunately didn't quite get it there. So it sort of just speaks to me about how strong newbee is right now, that they can take that team fight on sort of bad terms without great execution and still come out that far ahead.
Yeah. I mean, they did just blow up the Slark in the beginning, right. So I wouldn't say they didn't take it on a bad turn, but
that's true.
With the kill on Slark, they also use all of their ults on that Slark, so they kind of got jumped in by the rest of the team. The Storm's going to lay out Rabbit. He does have a hood. I don't think it would actually matter here, as he'll get glimpsed back, and there you go, easy kill.
Damn, that is just so much damage, and again, it's feeling like this is pre-Deso, which it does look like how is going as you were talking about. When that comes online, their damage is just so great, and doubling down upon it. And this is also all without the Naga Siren really being that involved. So every little thing is kind of going into the favor of newbee in this draft so far. And if you're CDEC at this point, what do you try and do? Do you just hold out as long as possible, keep creep waves pushed with the Alk, or what's the plan?
Pretty much it. That is the plan. Just out-farm them. They're losing in terms of the fighting department. They're losing in terms of the gank department. You just basically hope that they extend into a 4-man Ravage and your Alchemist and your Slark will clean up. Especially now that Yao has gone back for the Midas, the recovery Midas. Like, we need about 20 more minutes of farm time for CDEC. But there will be a time where CDEC will out-farm newbee because of the Midases. But that's a long time from now.
I guess we'll see if newbee want to try and push the envelope a little bit with this and make something of it, considering they've got this nice little advantage here. It's worth noting KP almost about like 2/3 of his way to his Manta style. We do have bots on a lot of these heroes as well. It looks like Ancient Apparition might be going back for his Aghanim Scepter, and it just looks like it's going to be keeping on time to going.
Yeah. I mean, Alchemist taking farm is not terrible. This is where KP does really well. You see these like Naga Illusions? That looks like it's just annoyance, but what it actually is putting themselves so much ahead in terms of net worth. Just casually running into the jungle of the Radiant side, taking farm away from the Alchemist. CDC will smoke gank a tier 1 tower, as newbee will smoke gank Roshan. I'm going to say that one objective is better than the other.
I like it. I like the response also. I don't know how I feel about Slark Blink Dagger. I mean, they're kind of going to be going up against Radiance Burn a lot of the time, which feels to me it's a little bit counterintuitive that that's going to be effective, but we'll see how they end up handling it. But yeah, I mean, he got the Illusion Rune there, and now he just keeps these lanes pushed out and is farming all over the map. Literally every lane is being pushed out right now, and at the same time, they're capable of throwing out these A blasts, which are just so devastating.
Oh my god. Guardian. Thank goodness.
So much trouble. Him to play that split pushing role, but you also need him to be able to be that damage dealer, because Slark is just not there yet.
Well, the Radiant team sends Naga Illusion into a gank smoke party where there's a gem on the Naga, finds out the smoke party.
But look mid. It's like their illusions are just hitting the tier 3 towers. I mean, granted only 95 damage, but it doesn't feel like there's anything to dissuade newbee from doing that over and over again.
Yep. I mean, if CDEC's in the base, they could start spamming Illuminates where they could kind of deal with that scenario, but they're also not farming.
Oh, how? With the demon edge up, it's going to run into one, but no great ability for them to take that fight.
Yeah, bottom lane really going to work here. Ice Blast. Oh, Super's going to stun himself. He actually dodges it with the Manta. Kaka's going to TP out. Meanwhile, Batrider in backline picks up a kill. Looks like Hao is up to no good again. Super. Wearing out that Weaver, or a Ice Blast ult. Look at the creep equilibrium, man. Mid lane's pushing again. They got to deal with that.
This is just, I mean, they just pick them apart. Like,
Rabbit, what are you doing? Your team is not here. Okay, the team wants to fight again. Yule Scepter bring himself back up. Starting Storm pretty good here. Super dropping a stun there. Yeah, okay, he's fighting in the middle. You can see Rabbit is just waiting for a Ravage, but he just doesn't have a good target. Because all he could Ravage are Naga Illusions. Ice Blast's going to come in. If this one hits on a lot of people, they will fight it. Rabbit's the only one that gets hit, but he gets Lasso as well. He's spamming that Ravage button. It'll come out, and this could be their fight. Moo's going to die. Hao will time-lapse, and the Song looking for a disengage, or they actually fight for it again. The bugs being spread out and will propagate. They're pinging out Rabbit. Okay, kinetic field. Looks like Rabbit will go down pretty much instantaneously. Yao looking for Kaka. Misses the pounce. Hao doesn't have time-lapse anymore. Hao's going to go down. Super on the mega kill streak. They see Kaka on the right side. Kaka now goes south, and Super is on his tail. The Ice Cream Man is not going home this way. Yep, that's going to be an unstoppable streak. Remember what I said, the only way newbee could lose is extend into a big Ravage.
Yeah.
And that was a big Ravage.
They did what they needed to do. They executed really effectively. I mean, there were a couple of misspells here or there, but by and large, they did what they needed to do. And I mean, at this point, it's not insignificant the fact that they're winning these engagements, particularly with all the Midases on their line. So we're going to need to see a little bit crisper execution, good team fight management. And the other thing was, like, they fought before so many items were almost online. You had the Weaver that was pretty close to being able to finish off his next big item. Aghanim Scepter basically completed for the Ancient Apparition. Heart was not done on Naga Siren by the time they actually went in there. So all of these items, effectively the net worth was not nearly as high as it actually is. It's like right before that big timing of all of the items, and if they take that fight a little bit later, they really end up looking better. So a little bit careless from newbee.
Yeah, particularly that AAX. I mean, that there was the beginning of the fight where the Alchemist had to run away because he was under the effect of the Ice Blast. Imagine the word that he had to run away like 10 seconds longer. Like, it would have been a totally different fight.
Now we see a Diff Blade almost completed for Naga Siren, is just that one recipe away from it, on top of potentially an Aegis. And I'm assuming this is going to Hao. Has the spot already finished up there, and it looks like they're going to be able to jump in and pull back the Vengeful Spirit. Oh my goodness, that was not what needed to happen. A quick pick off and kill. They do have Ags now on Coddle, but it's a lot to deal with at this stage with the Heart on Naga Siren.
The feeling of playing support where you put a sentry and you're like, oh, there's an observer. Oh, they could see me. Oh, they're right next to me.
Yeah, this is a scary proposition. All right, let's take a look at like difference in terms of team net worth. Newbee's still definitely on top, but like experience is pretty even. Only about 3,000 or so lead into the favor of newbee. As far as CDEC are concerned, do they need to go out and try and take the fight for themselves and find a pickoff on somebody who doesn't have the Aegis, like a Smoke Gank, or do you think it's just hold high ground with Coddle?
I still think it's hold high ground and wait for them to extend into a Ravage. I say that though, they're moving out. This is a pretty risky move. It's very easy to get your AA killed. With that Diffusal Blade, it's so easy to diffuse Super and then just send Ice Blast on top of him. There's nothing he really can do about it.
God, newbee are so aware though. I mean, all of the lanes are pushed in. There's literally like creeps hitting the tier 3 towers and nobody is responding to it.
Yeah.
Like, do you think they're smoke ganked? All right, yeah, they're going smoke ganked. Like, there's very little subterfuge used there.
And here comes newbee. Do you think that CDC know the smoke gank's coming? They could scan it. It's at the very.
I got the Lincoln Sphere.
If they grab Q, Q is the most important to grab right now. Speaking of Q, he does have that axe finish, so.
Yeah, they got eyes on him. I like putting the Lincoln Sphere on the Batrider too. I mean, obviously the one big thing that they have there is to try and use the Vengeful Spirit swap, but if they are able to break it up, meanwhile up top lane, Hal took a bit of damage but backs out.
Yeah. So how are you gonna deal with 3 lanes being pressured every single? I mean, I guess Q could hold 1 lane by himself. Super could hold another lane, and the rest of CDEC could hold 1 last lane. Oh yeah, scare them back. The problem with that plan where you split up your team for CDEC, the whole respective lane, is your tower eventually will go down because you're taking pot shot damage. And second, Batrider is just gonna have so many openings to find a hero that's by himself. So
I feel like Alchemist needs to send some illusions down to try and like pull the creep wave away. He's trying to do that to the best of his abilities, but if he just sent like a couple of them down with a wave, it'd be a lot better. How in a lot of trouble though is mashing up against Yao, and they end up losing the Aegis off of that.
okay, Song's gonna come out as well. That tower is effectively dead.
That was not the most expertly executed, but like you're saying, they can just keep on sending these illusions. It's so difficult.
I mean, they're
for
not
CDEC
losing
to
it.
stop this.
Yeah, newbie's losing nothing. They lost the Aegis, but I imagine it's gonna time out soon. Anyways, they're looking for the deny. Hal says no. I'm gonna get that last hit. They're trying to burn all of Hal's mana, but easy time lapse. He's back to full.
And the illusions, they keep on chasing him down. Q getting ran through. 3,200 HP on each of these Naga Siren illusions. And she has 5,000 net worth in the bank. Like, this is why they picked this hero for KP. He's just so efficient with his farming and puts his team in a great position.
Yeah, it's been pretty impressive to watch. He's done all the small things properly, you know? Micro delusion, constantly splitting them to triple lanes, running through the enemy jungle, taking the farm, blocking their camp. Not much that CDEC could do about that. Also, CDEC really lacked the hero to set up ganks. And they don't have that Batrider to
Do you think
punish.
newbies trying to break their spirit? Like, we saw last game a 15-minute GG, and now it's just like slow death by illusion. Is this just newbies saying, we're tired of you, we're going to dominate you now?
I mean, last game was pretty big dominance. I think they're trying to execute their Naga draft. Maybe they see this as practice, and
Yeah.
you know, for them, they don't need to prove anything apart from winning TI. So it's like let's try out the KP Naga, which they did against Wing as well. So
Yeah, I talked with KP a little while ago about the way that, you know, he generally views these types of games. He said they take them incredibly seriously. Like, they really do take each and every one of them as seriously as possible, because it's great, you know, practice. And you think about a lot of the other Western teams. OG, for instance, they talked about their desire for something along the lines of an H Cup or a DPO because they wanted to get more and more practice against these other squads. And so you'd kind of be foolish not to take it seriously. So I can hear what you're saying there. But just look at how, like, he still dropped so low off of this. And that was just one Naga Siren illusions, while Super was forced away with the Ancient Apparition Blast. If Kaka finds one of them while an illusion is on him, they're dead.
yeah. Also, I mean, look at Yao right now. He's, like you said, dropping really low. He constantly has to play in fear of Ice Blast as well. Like a single Ice Blast in any of that base defense situation, he's dead. Kaka is just lining it up, man. He's waiting. He's surveying, like, who's low.
Oh man, this is pretty awful way to go out for CDEC, because like there's literally nothing that they can do. KP can keep doing this forever and just have the rest of his team farm around. Like, Chuan hasn't hit a creep in a while. He might get DC'd because he's not gotten experience in 5 minutes.
That's only in pubs.
Okay.
In private lobby games, that doesn't happen.
Okay.
Which,
Well, that's good to know.
you know, sometimes as a very dedicated support player, that can happen, where you kind of roam around the map, you never get experience.
I mean, he's still got an Ags. Like, He's got a tremendous... He's almost got as much net worth as the Tidehunter. They're finally going to make a move out here, but clearly telegraphed, and they are going to
God. Ice Blast hits everybody on the back line though. Looks like how is going to work super. I mean, he's under that storm, can't use his ult because, well, that's what Static Storm does. Everybody dies.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And you could literally buy back all 4 heroes, it doesn't matter. Newbie already got the momentum to walk up your high ground, and how is just hitting buildings.
This game is over. I don't like to call it early. I like to respect players. I like to talk about the possibilities of them getting further, but my God, this is just devastating. They throw out the Ravage finally. KP taking a bit of damage, but he's just healing so much from the Radiance burn as well, and Chuan is there on top of him, just keeping sure and making sure that they try and get away. They're going to be able to glimpse him back. Now Rabbit jumped upon. GG gets called. Holy hell, Newbie.
Guardian response gets ported back to his previous death. Yeah.
Woo.
I don't think at any point Newbie was really in danger. There was that one fight where the Ravage where they extended into. Sure, that was a thing, but KP didn't die throughout that fight, and KP kept all the lanes pushed, even though they lost the team fight. So, on the one fight that CDEC won, they got nothing from it.
It's a rough life going against the Naga Siren strat. Not gonna lie to you. It does make me want to play it and just like frustrate the heck out of my opponent. So I might be doing that later on. We'll see. It's maybe a little bit of the sort of, what's that? The taking pleasure in somebody else's unfortunate situation. Schadenfreude or something. I'm butchering the pronunciation. I'm really sorry, everybody out there. But Newbie win. They do it.